Hello, my name is Noah-ish, and welcome back to Illustrator Plays Minecraft. I just finished off planting all these new veggies in the new farm area that I made last episode. And in between episodes, I took some time to extend this path. I'm not quite happy with the block choice, so I might change it up in the future. The one thing I do like is these rocks that are on the sides of the path. I did need a lot of packed mud, so I collected a bunch of it using my super efficient mud maker version 3.0. It is flawless. Next on the list today is a small shed for the gardening and farming stuff that'll go right around here. So let me go grab my sketchbook to start drawing. I also think that today's finally the day that this interior gets done. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and let's go back and draw. I've been doing a lot of stone buildings around here, but I think this one is going to be more like a wooden shed. But the wood would be all weathered and grey, which might just end up looking like stone in the end. It's just a really small shed, just a space where someone can put their tools and use it as storage. There's also going to be a little porch area in the back, which might be a good place for keeping bees. The tree on the left can be swapped for a custom one in the future, maybe an old oak. And the background might be a bit of a sneak peek into what sort of terraforming I want to do around here. So let me put down some sand to get a general placement of the building. And let's start the montage. Alright, as a final touch, let's use some copper stairs and trapdoors as a retaining wall for the crops. As you might have saw, halfway through building, I decided that I wanted this to look a bit more squat, so I brought it down by one block. I do want something here to fill out the space, maybe some sort of planter box? Okay, I like the shape of it, but I don't like how there isn't space here to really walk through. So I ended up staggering the planters, so now there's enough room to walk around. Okay, with the outside done, let's head on inside. I'll put up on the screen some of the drawings that I did for the interior. I'm thinking this could be a spot for our gardener to pot some plants, and there could be a staircase down into a root cellar where we can keep all the crops. Alright, so I think the stairs will be here. Maybe some jungle trapdoors to match with the door. Packed mud floor. Okay, I guess the jungle wood is a bit too samey with the ground, so I'll change it to spruce. Add in some details. Lots of pots and plants. And make it a bit overgrown. I'll leave the shears in here too. And now we head downstairs to the root cellar. Roots on the ceiling. I don't think that's very realistic, but it's in the name. Storage. Okay, I think the inside is done now, so let's finish off the outside. So like I mentioned while drawing, I want to have some sort of beehive back here to start collecting wax. I think it would make sense if the compost was here as well. Let's grab all this stuff. Ooh, a wandering trader. Maybe he has some trees. This is very awkward. Got anything good? Oh, that's disappointing. Well, back to building. Put a little gardening workbench out here. I've been thinking about getting the invisible item frames and the armor stand mod, just so I can add little details like this to a build. So I finished the compost area. I don't think I recorded any of this, but here it is. The new leaf litter in the next update would look really good here. And I moved the compost machine inside the shed. It just barely fit. It's actually poking out a bit from the roof, but I mirrored it on the other side and now it just kind of looks like tiny dormer windows from the outside. If this is a gardener's shed, I think it's a good place to put the 2 tall flowers. So I decided to put them out here in the front. So this one last spot here will be for the beehives. Just spaced out evenly. Wait, I think you still might need campfires under them even if they're hives? I'm gonna need to rethink this design. Okay, so I did some testing in a creative world, and it turns out in Java, the smoke can still reach the hive even if there's one solid block in between the campfire and the hive. So I redid the design a bit. I think beehives are usually stacked up like this, so it does make it a little bit more realistic. We can have the shears out here. It'll be handy to have close by. There's also more space here that can have even more beehives. You do usually see beehives in a line like this in a field. I used to watch a lot of beekeeping videos. Whenever I need wax, I've been going over here to this bee nest. So hopefully soon, I can breed up these bees and bring them over. Okay, this might be a bit silly, but I think this building would look better if it was 1 block shorter. So let me get to that. And with the power of editing, it's done. The difference is pretty subtle, but I like it. The inside hasn't changed much, but the water cauldron is outside now. So finish it off with some last minute touches. Added some green. Moved all the crops down to the cellar. And it's looking good. Oh, right. These chests are pretty full. Welp, that is a future me problem. Let's run away from responsibility and go exploring. I've been meaning to go out just to find the rest of the tree types that I don't have yet. So that would be mangrove and the new pale oak. I'm also planning on making a lot more builds with stone and gray. So it would be great if I can find a coral reef. This time I'll make a compass so I won't get lost out there. I think I'm all prepared. I have all the things I need, and I even color coordinated the bundles. So let's get going! Wait, the telescope doesn't even cover my eye. So off we go into this general direction. Oh, we're back here again. I believe I was here in the first episode. I've been recently thinking about what sort of backstory I want to give this world. I have some ideas, but they're still brewing in my brain, so I don't want to say too much yet. But I will say that I want to have similar landscapes like this, with giant terraform pillars of earth and stone. It'll definitely be a while until I can think about making something to that scale, so I might start a bit smaller with my base area. This area isn't too far away from spawn, so maybe in the future I can start building around here too. Well, looks like it's just ocean from here. Fingers crossed that I come across a coral reef. Oh, finally, more motion. This is promising. Is that it? I think I see it. Wow, my computer is struggling. Oh geez. Sorry in advance if the video starts to stutter like this. I think it happens when the new chunks are loading. My computer is old and it needs an upgrade soon. Oh, there's even a big desert. Oh, this is great. I always feel bad tearing down a biome, especially a coral reef. But I guess we gotta do what we gotta do. My inventory is jam-packed. But I'm gonna keep going to see if there's Badlands. Eventually we can even put another portal here. Oh, Badlands. Camel? Camel. Oh, jelly. Oh, I wish I had fish. Okay, this Badlands is not too big, but it's good that I found one. Wow, there must be a huge lush cave below here. There are so many azalea trees. With my inventory so full, I think I'm just gonna head home. Wait. Wow. Oh, the Pale Gardens. I'm really surprised that I found this. The flowers. Oh, the ambient sounds are great too. Oh, it's not a very big pale garden. Pale moss, yes, so happy. Pale wood. Oh geez, my inventory is a mess. Okay, I for sure need to wait for nighttime, right? This is looking less and less likely that there's a creaking in here. Yeah, I don't think there's any. Oh man. Well, I'm glad I was able to get the saplings and the moss at least. And we're back. Just gotta dump everything in here. It's fine. Sunflower. Boop. I realized halfway through the trip that I didn't have a brush, so I want to make one before I go out again. Sweet. Ooh, let's test out the pale oak. Ooh, it works nice as a shadow. And the pale moss. Yep, it blends right in. With our inventory fresh, I think it's time to head off again. Just need some mangrove now. Is that a mushroom island? Did I seriously find a mushroom island before I found a mangrove forest? Seriously, what are the chances? Well, I mean, I might as well just take some of it home, right? Well, off I go again. So I kept on walking, and walking, and walking. Definitely feel like I went the completely opposite way that I was supposed to. Because mangrove is a warm biome, I think. I might as well pick up some ice while I'm here. Down here, I found one of those underwater ruins. I figured I'll try out the brush. Okay, you can barely see what I'm doing, but I did get some sherds. I also picked up a treasure map. Then I kept walking for a very long time. I came across a cluster of ruins with a lot more drowned. I brushed a whole bunch and got more sherds. I did a lot more exploring, but I didn't feel like I was getting anywhere close to a mangrove, so I decided to head home again. I also wanted to try out the decorated pots and put one in the gardener's shed. Okay, I'm gonna head out one last time. My gut is telling me that I should go back to the savanna and the desert from before. And so I did. Jungle, okay, that's a good sign. Oh, that looks awesome. It's a pretty big Badlands too. Oh, my computer's stuttering again. That must mean new chunks. Is that a swamp? Please. Oh, I think that's it. I think I found it. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so happy I didn't give up. We are like 4,000 blocks away from spawn. Oh, propagule, this is hard to say. Frogs! I completely forgot about frogs. Let's just keep you safe. I'll be back, I promise. Ooh, 2 in 1. I must keep you safe. I'll come back for you, I swear. I am seriously so happy that I found the mangrove. I've literally spent all day trying to find this place. And now it's time to walk all the way back. So I was walking and I saw a sliver of gray in the corner of my eye, and it might be the same one as before, but I think there's another pale garden here. Oh, there is. Wait, there's only just one tree. Well, this is a very sad pale garden. I might as well wait until nighttime, right? Let's clear out some of these trees while I wait. Yeah, I don't think it's happening. I'm gonna take my bed and go home. 4,000 blocks later, and I am finally home. After a long trip, I want to say that I'll relax in my base. But this is the unfortunate state of the inside. I guess it's finally time to start decorating the interior. The chicken should probably go outside. These chickens are actually pretty special. Back in, I think, episode 2, they actually hatched from a single egg. So I really want to keep them safe. Let's patch up this chicken hole. There's probably going to be a lot of block placing and breaking, so I'll bring you back once everything's done. And we're back. Almost as if no time has passed at all. But in reality, it took me a little while to get this done. So let's go take a look. First, we have some little potted plants out front. And inside, I really wanted to have a sunken entrance, like in Japanese houses, if you know what those are like. At first I just wanted to put dark oak slabs on the floor, but it made things a lot trickier when it came to making furniture. I also tried a version where the floor went down again for the couch, but that didn't look right. So ultimately I had to bring down the stone floor half a block. So now it's a bit more visually interesting, and there's a step up where you can take off your shoes. I have my armor to the side here with my sword for when I go out. And here's the main room with a cozy fireplace, a little kitchen area with all the essentials, and a little book and plant corner, which is probably my favorite part. I also put up my very first pickaxe onto the shelf, a little desk for reading and writing, and my storage area. I'm not sure if I gave myself enough chests, so I put a bunch of barrels into the ground too. Even then, I think it might get filled up pretty quickly. There's also hidden storage under all the windows. I was really trying to find places that I can sneak in more storage. And down here is the overflow, for all the dirt and stone and stuff that I have a lot of. It's pretty bare bones, might spruce it up later. Up here is the loft. We have the bed with even more books. I added a new window here for ventilation, and I made sure this building was structurally sound by putting in rafters. And like you probably saw before, this couch is also a bed, so I could just sleep here when I'm too lazy to climb up to the loft. Which is probably always. I'll be honest, I didn't complete a full drawing before I started making this interior. I got up to around here with this really rough drawing, but I did use a sketch. It helped me with getting the general gist of where everything would go in the space, so I just took it from there and did the interior. I also did go back and drew some finalized drawings of the space that you're seeing right now. And now starts the fun task of bringing everything here and organizing it. Why do I have so many shears? Let's just put all the extra tools in this barrel. It might be fun to keep my original iron armor here too. Okay, I can already see myself getting jump scared by this when I come down the ladder. So let's put it here instead. Maybe some blast furnaces hidden in the floor here. Yay, these are all empty now. Time to clear them out. We can also bring all these, and maybe I can make a workshop shed in the future. I did change the outside too a bit. So here's that small window in the loft, and I also moved the windows inwards to fit the chests inside. But that just means that I was able to change the shutters to match the drawing that I drew in the first episode. So now that the interior's done, I took the time to get some bees and started breeding them up. They're settling in pretty nicely, but they really like this flower for some reason. I also collected enough honeycomb to change out these with real hives. And they're actually helping out with speeding up the growth of the crops, which is very nice. Now that all the chests here are gone, this spot is looking a bit bare. So I decided to make a little wheelbarrow here. And I added extra storage on the side. This area is really coming together. But there's one thing that's been bothering me, and it's the inside of the shed. There's a lot of potted plants in here, and if I'm imagining the space for someone to, you know, pot more plants, there definitely needs more light. So I'm gonna take a bit off the roof, stick in some trapdoors, and now the plants have all the proper light and fresh air. It just adds a little extra detail to the roof. I also decided to shrink down the porch roof by 1 block. Alright, that was a lot of last minute tweaks, but hello Mrs. B. Oh, goodbye. Anyways, that'll be it for this episode today. I'm so happy that we have all the wood types now, and that I finally have an interior to my base. In the next episode, I think it's time to start getting ready to go to the Nether, and potentially start terraforming the hills around here. So until then, thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye!